POCO X6 Pro mid-range device with a focus on performance. This unit I've got in yellow with 12 gigs RAM, 512 storage, Dimensity 8300 Ultra, which benchmarks surprisingly well, and I'm going to show you that in this video. POCO told me that many manufacturers in the mid-range segment, putting a lot of emphasis on the camera or something like that, they wanted performance to be the main emphasis here. Bro, actually, here's all the specs right here. Flagship MediaTek Dimensity 8300 Ultra, Crystal Res 120Hz Flow AMOLED display, 64 megapixel triple camera with optical image stabilization, 67 watt turbo charging, and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and charge brick in the package. Plus, seems like we're gonna get a little case here, a straightforward matte finish case to protect your device. Here is that 67 watt power brick, USB-C cable for it, a couple of accents in there. Ooh, look at that color. You can always count on POCO for pop. Look at the pop on the yellow. And it has that kind of leather-like texture to it, which is a little bit better for grip. Accent carries through to the power switch, volume rocker, flat edges for the confident grip, central front-facing camera, Type-C SIM tray on the bottom as well. We can see the camera layout up top. 64 megapixel main camera, that's the one featuring optical image stabilization. 8 megapixels on the ultra-wide camera, and then there's a 2 megapixel macro camera. The other unit, which is embedded to look like a camera, that's actually going to be your flash. And then the front camera, since we're talking about cameras, that's a 16 megapixel selfie camera. While it's booting up, we slap on the case. Very straightforward, big cutout for your camera unit. Standard stuff just to get you started. This is some sort of unique treatment on the side here, which gives it like a gradient effect. If this is too flashy for you, there's also a gray color and a black color, of course. We have the device booted up now, and I want to show you some of the benchmarking before we test some of the other stuff. We're going to enable performance mode, which obviously is affecting your battery life, but this is to showcase the phone's peak performance. And as you can see, performance mode actually doesn't change the battery life that much from balanced. Less than an hour of overall battery life damage for going to performance mode. Let's go ahead and boot into Antutu and run some tests. You can see the overall score, 1,446,868. Considering this is a mid-range phone, that's pretty impressive. Here we are testing the GPU first, which as you can see in this portion of the benchmark is essentially running something that looks like a video game. And this is to push the phone to the max in order to determine its capability. And it acts as a baseline against other phones that are rendering the same graphics. You can see the number of frames down in the corner there. Okay, so you can see here, it's partially through the overall benchmark. GPU has been tested, memory has been tested, and it's moving into CPU testing now. And the reason POCO wants to show it off is because this is the highest benchmark figure for an X series device. It's the most performance on an X series device, and it's the most gaming oriented as a result of this performance. CPU portion completed, and now UX testing, PDF processing, JPEG decoding. We're 80% done at this point. Okay, so there it is. Is this score a little higher? 446, oh yeah. Anyway, there could be small variances in performance. In this case, we actually came a little bit above our previous test. And here you can see the breakdowns from CPU to GPU, the memory performance, and then the UX performance. And you can also see the benchmark monitor here for temperature. What you won't see is the score being submitted. That's because at the time that I'm filming this, this device isn't even released yet. So we have the network connections turned off as well. Now, what does that mean for you practically? Well, it means you can play all of your games and you can play them easily without as much concern over things like throttling or lacking the frame rate that you're looking for. Ooh, using the sniper is tough. And since the target market is typically someone who's a gamer, that's going to be welcome news. Oh. Boom.
Nice. You killed?
Gotta be, right? What's over here? Whoa. Exit. You made a mistake to shoot. Oh, there. What a firing squad. Jeez, man. Listen to the victory music. Victory music, man. Swipe down to open menu. We have video, portrait, night, more, 64 megapixel mode. Also pro, white balance, aperture size, shutter speed. Let's just go to the standard photo. Take our little figure, hit it with a 1x, ultra wide, 2x. So some camera versatility, little bit of reach on the zoom, a little bit more in the frame on the ultra wide, and then your main camera, which is obviously going to be your best performer as well. Now, if we shift over to video mode, 1080 30 60, 4K 30 24, turn on HDR, and then your 1080 60 goes away as well. So those are your options. Let's try 4K 30. Video test, 4K HDR, 30 frames per second, audio being recorded via the microphone.
Test, test, test.
On the camera. It's a brand new Mo.
Yeah, I have glasses now. What are we gonna test? Autofocus?
Wow. Good.
Good?
Yes, good.
Exposure?
Good. Auto adjusting.
What about stabilization?
Jeez. He's
Can't see
quick.
me.
He's quick.
Can't see me.
This is me walking in the steady mode. Isn't it steady? In the steady mode. Isn't it steady? To a variety of environments and look cool and different. So let's go ahead and check what box number 2 has in it. This feels a little bit lighter. Yeah, so that's interesting. What they did for audio here is you've actually got a dedicated grill on the top part of the device and a dedicated grill on the bottom part of the device. I was like wondering if they were using the earpiece, but it actually does create a stereo-like experience. 58 grams, 120 hertz, AMOLED. 19 kb. Oh, let's see what the charge animation has for us. Slap it on. Boom. Charge it up quick. 5,000 milliamp hour, 67 watt charger, and it's in the box. So there you have it. That is the new POCO X6 Pro. Performance in the mid-range.